Hi, this is Mark with your update for the week commencing the 6th of December 2009. 82 experts who were polled by Bloomberg last week predicted that the jobs figure from the US would be minus 125,000. The actual figure, as you know, was nearer 11,000. So the experts were only 110,000 wrong, as a result of which the move was extremely strong and extremely volatile, and for once price basically went in the same direction. I posted a video on Thursday and I told my followers on numerous occasions I never ever trade NFP Friday. To me it's just gambling, and had you taken a punt and thought that the dollar was going to fall, then you would have lost very quickly and possibly a lot of money. There was even a gap on the euro yen which would have been particularly dangerous, and I do explain that in today's write-up. Now, where does it leave us now? This is the euro USD on a daily chart, and you can see that over the last few months price has been basically moving sideways. Now, we have had some decent trades. We've had quite a few shorts up here and quite a few longs down here. Price now, we have a 5/8 cross, and price has again stopped at the 55 EMA. This EMA has not broken since April time, and this is very similar setup on a number of pairs. The New Zealand dollar is the same, and I will go through them in a second. But this now is a hugely important area. The dollar news was very positive for the dollar. The dollar has had a kicking all year, and there is a chance that things may reverse now. And the crucial point is here, 4,800, because of the fib, because of the psychological, and because of this 55 EMA. And what I am looking for now, there's two options as usual, there's three. One is it's going to go that way, one is it's going to go that way, and one is going to go down. This area then is huge. What we look for on a daily chart, if you trade the daily chart, you need a breakout here, and then a pullback the following day with a view to go short. And the reason why I'm particularly interested, I want to show you something now. This is November, December of last year on the same pair. And what had happened is when the crisis broke earlier in the year, the euro had been falling from July, but when the crisis really started, I think it was about September time, price tumbled nearly 3,000 pips on this pair. And then what happened is late October and through November, price simply moved sideways in a sideways channel. Very similar to what it's doing now, but the opposite way around. And eventually what happened is price came up and broke for the first time since July the 55 EMA, and price moved away. And this was around the time of the NFP announcement at the beginning of December last year, and price moved 2,000 pips. So what I am looking at now, this could be a fundamental pullback and could be a fundamental sign of some dollar strength that could take us through to early New Year. If price was to break here on the euro, I would be looking round about here for at least one of my targets. So very interesting. But in general terms for tomorrow, I would strongly recommend that you sit it out, or certainly wait for the London Open. There is a strong possibility of big gaps again at the market open, and it's not like our normal gap trading where you look for a pullback. The Asian traders, it's their first chance to trade the NFP news. They've had all weekend to think about it, and there have been interbank trades going on throughout the weekend as well. There could be big gaps, so I would suggest you be very careful. The pound has gone sideways and has bounced, and it keeps stopping at the whole numbers, so 6,600, 6,700, and the in-between 6,450. It sat on the 55 EMA. Now all these EMAs are now running horizontally. To be fair, and to be honest on the pound, I am not sure. I'm less sure on this than the others. Now the euro and the Swissy, at the moment, the correlation in November was 99% of the time that the Swissy was going down, the euro was going up. And again, we have had the Swissy here. In the last few months, we've had a lot of trades where we've simply taken shorts off this upper trend line. And we've also taken bounces. Last week, we took a decent bounce off this bottom support area. However, this trend line has now broken for the first time since April. What has not broken is the 55. And again, I'm looking for the Bollinger Bands. If the Bollinger Bands open up here and down on the euro, and price can break here, then again we could be on for a big reversal up here of 400 pips. If not, if it pulls back down, then great news again. We're with the trend again, and we're still looking 160 pips down. New Zealand dollar is similar again. Now the New Zealand dollar broke the 55 EMA a couple of weeks ago and then went back up. Now, the week before, it broke and closed below. This again went back to April. This was the trend line. Everything here, the EMAs are rolling over, the stochastics are rolling over. The Bollinger Band here has opened. It does suggest that this pair is due a fall. Euro pound. Now this is playing with us. The euro pound last week pulled back to 50% fib, meandered along and pulled back down. We had a decent LMT signal, 5-8 cross. We're off down again. And what's it done? It stopped at the 55 and the psych. And the psych level of 90 is huge. Again, we need a breakout, pull back for a clue that it's going to go back down. And if it goes down again, we'd be looking down here 88.33, previous low, 200 EMA, etc. Aussie dollar and the New Zealand dollar, they are similarly correlated in that 92% of the time they're going the same way. Gold did pull back on Friday after breaking its all-time highs, which is to be expected. And again, this has not broken the 55. It spiked it, but that doesn't count. And again, this goes back a long way. So 90 is going to be huge on the Aussie dollar, either for bounces back up here, or if it breaks and closes below the 55, we could have a major fall. Dollar yen, we were looking last week for a pullback to this area. Up till Thursday, I actually was in this trade and took a small loss on it. I closed it for NFP Friday. What we were looking for, this was a trend line. Price had bounced off previously on numerous occasions down to the bottom. This now has changed. However, very spookily, price has stopped exactly at the 78.6 fib on the daily. And for my analysis, until this breaks, this is still a downtrend. So this could go back down again on Monday. However, the upper Bollinger Band has opened, and again, look at these Bollinger Bands. If it does break up, it could be limited to 93 and back down again. EuroCAD, we again last few weeks we've taken lots of shorts at 5900, 1.5900. I didn't trade Friday because of NFP, unfortunately, because it did it again, and this time it was a 300 pip move. This EuroCAD. At the moment, this is all over the place. I would leave this alone. Dollar CAD, big move on Friday. Told you to stay out of the LMT signal because I thought price would struggle at 60, and it did. It almost hit it, and it simply bounced back off again. Again, we have been shorting at upper trend lines, and we have been taking bounces. A nice bounce trade here on Tuesday gave us 100 and odd pips, and we'd predicted it earlier in the week. Again, the Bollinger Bands have closed on this, and they're looking tight. This is going to start to be squeezed. Other euros are all over the place. Again, I'm going to wait and see what happens. Pound yen, we were hoping for a bounce off a trend line. Again, NFP simply went straight through. Could go up here to 51 and then fall back down again. So, have a good week. It is tricky. Be very careful at the market open. It might be best to wait till Tuesday. I certainly will be waiting until at least after the London Open, and I suspect there will be no M1 trades for us tomorrow either. Have a good week, be patient, and hopefully Tuesday will be a good day. Bye.